under my bed canopy. It's probably in the way at the minute. See if anyone comes in, because I just want to do a little chat. It's not going to be long because I may do a bit of a bigger chat on this. I just wanted to say hi. I was just doodling. I've not doodled for a while. And I do want to join in with Inktober, which is where you draw a picture every day in ink for the full month of October, which I don't have to show on here. It might just be for me. Hi, Ricardo. So, I'm sat in my pyjamas because I've had a bath and I'm getting ready for something because there's change coming since just yesterday. Hi, Mark. So I'll just see if a few more people come in. Sort of wrote a few bullet points down so I don't forget. But we'll give it a few minutes. Hi, RW. I did have fun at Middle Earth. It was really, really good. I'll talk about that in a minute. It was very refreshing and very energizing and very thought-provoking at the place that I stayed. I hope some of you saw the picture, even though that wasn't doing it any justice. My camera was not doing it any justice of how beautiful that place was, how magical it was, how we were up here and the clouds were out there, and it was like you were above the clouds and there was like 7 different weather systems going on around us. But it was very warm there. And waking up in the morning, or I should say being awake in the morning, standing and watching the sunset and standing barefoot on the earth as the day was beginning was beautiful. It was warm. It was, I just wanted to stay there basically. I wanted to stay there because the energy of that place was beautiful and the people I went with were beautiful. They all looked after each other. They all rallied round, cooked breakfast in the morning. It was just so relaxing, which made me think when I was there that, you know, we go on about being in nature, but there's that whole thing about getting out there in the world, because you could say I've been locked away for quite a while with things that have been going on, and other people may feel like that too. I'm just going to roll into it, of how when we learn things, I wrote down here, there's a difference with living while things are going on in the world. There's a difference with living while things are going on to not living and waiting for things to happen and giving your power up. I think I meant like, there's a difference with everything going on in the world where you're just not living your life, to living your life while it's going on in the world. You still must live your life and you still must carry on with different things. Hiya, Sleeping Warrior. So it's a bit like, for a few years I've just been, you know, flowing about and trying to bring things in that I want to bring in, that I still want to bring in, and I'm still going to be doing. But with certain situations that happened, I needed to find a suitable job. So Wales, and because certain things need to happen within my family and my boyfriend and stuff, this needed to happen. So yesterday I was looking and a job popped up, and basically I filled this. Hi John, I filled this, I hope some of you are going to get this job application form in, and I basically got the job there and then. And I was so shocked because I was like, oh my God, you know, I've been out of proper work for quite a while, and it's quite daunting if you've done a certain job and you've never done anything else since, because I'd basically really done one job since I was out of college and never really done anything different. So for me to go out in the world at the age I'm at now, not wanting to do the job that I did before, but not knowing what I wanted to do, even though like the little things that I make and do, I'm still going to be pushing that because I want that to be something in the future. Thank you, John. This job just popped up and it's just changed everything so fast. I start tomorrow. I'm like, oh my God. I had to go and do a dummy run so I knew where it was. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's like it's not too brain taxing. It's just something I can go and do. And the thing that I'm doing is quite funny because it's in with something that I do like doing, but I was just so surprised. So, not seeing who for years. Hope you're not talking about me because I've been on all the time. Or unless you mean Ricardo. And yeah, I just know now changes are coming because this changes everything. This changes, like, me and my boyfriend at some point soon in the future want to move in together, but we wanted everything right, like me in a, you know, sort of full-time job, blah, 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 blah. So now that's happening. We can talk about other things. When that happens, that's going to change again because I've been so used to being on my own, even though I've been with my boyfriend since lockdown and we've been together quite a lot, but we don't live together. But if we live together, it'll be totally different again because even though we've got used to each other, we've still got to get used to that side of things because, you know, we've both been on our own for a few years and you get used to your own ways, and obviously it's give and take when you move in with someone, so that's going to be different. But we're going to work as a team with how my job's going to work and the hours and everything around the kids and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just going to be, it is a bit scary in a sense, but it needs to be done to move forward and to bring certain things in that we want together. And also some people would say, with everything that's going on in the world right now, ooh, don't be going back in the yes, exciting changes, back in the matrix sort of thing. What people need to understand is you're still in the world. You're still going to be using gold and silver. You're still going to be using money as a frequency at the minute, as an exchange, because that's what it is. That's how it is working at the minute. And even though I was going to play you something, but I'll have to play you next time I'm on my computer because I can't play it because I need my phone and I'm on my phone. People waiting for certain things to happen. Yeah, we can wait for certain things to happen and there's shit happening behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, you can't just sit there and not move on with your life and you're like waiting for these things to happen. You've got to move with these things happening alongside of it. And I just think with everything personally I've experienced in my life and what I'm learning, because basically you're basically learning to be a better person every day, is to get out there with what you know and just be kind and open to the people that you're going to meet when you do get out there. 3D reality, yes, we still have to pay the bills for now. Yeah, we still have to do all that. So there's no point people saying, oh, well, when this comes in or this certain thing happens. Yeah, but in the now. Oh, hi, Jesus Christ. Hi, Dolly. I've been sent from... Oh, you've been sent from David's Calf, and David's Calf there as well. Hi, David's Calf. Hi, Jesus Christ. So if you get what I'm saying, we can't just sit on our asses waiting for certain good stuff that, you know, we believe is coming. You've still got to be part of the world because we are in the world but not of the world. So I just see it as like, I'm not going back into the Matrix playing the Matrix. I'm going back in there being a better person than I ever was at the beginning, if you get what I'm saying. So before I learned certain things and before I learned about people's energy and how people are and how you can help people's energy change for the better because of how you are around people, shining your light, it's much easier to go out there. There was a story, Dolly, yes, waking up was hard, but even more fun is waking up a world still largely sleeping as they wake up, we are ready. Yeah, we've got to. I see it as I've been saying this for quite a few weeks. I kept getting the message of you need to get out there in the world and be in the world, but be with people so you can be the light around people. There was a story, I don't know where this came from, and I've said it before. Yeah, say hi to John Binney. And I can't remember who said it or if I read it, but I think someone said it. There was a story about a guy that worked, I don't know where he worked. He'd say he worked in a supermarket. I don't know where he worked, but he did the sort of normal thing, and he didn't really like his boss. And he used to try and get out of like avoiding the boss, so the boss wouldn't give him certain jobs because he didn't want to do them. But when he went home, he had a cat, and he didn't even think the cat liked him, but he had a cat that he loved going home to. And he had he did healing, he did Reiki healing or something on the sideline, and he really loved that. So yeah, she shouldn't be talking about all that in my chat because I've been getting some trolls from over that side, I noticed lately. He did something on the sideline, Reiki or something like that. He was helping people, and he really loved that. But it was just this bit in his other job that he didn't really like. But I can't remember what happened in the story. But when something happened, and he realised obviously that when he went back to say his mundane job, he just started to act different and be the light he wanted to see. So to be nice to the boss and not think of it in a way of, oh, the boss is always going to give me these shitty jobs and I'm going to avoid the boss. Because we all know, because he was doing that, it brought that sort of negative energy in. So he stopped thinking that way and stopped doing that. So in the end, and when he went in with a new energy, the boss was nice to him. The boss asked, what's brought the change on? And he realised the boss wasn't that bad. The boss wasn't giving him bad jobs and all that. And it became a lot easier and friendlier at work because he wasn't thinking those negative thoughts. As we all know, what you focus on is what comes back to you. So the moral of the story is you can go out in the world and do whatever you want to do, as long as it's aligning up in some sort of form. And just enjoy it and don't go out with the negativity. And then it's going to help the people around you anyway. I've said this before about people who say, well, I can't do this, I can't talk about that, but I'm at a workplace. Well, be different at that workplace. Sleeping Warrior, my channel isn't that for that, for that. So do you get what I'm saying? Jesus Christ gets what I'm saying. And that's one of the biggest things today of like the messages I've been getting, and I think other people have getting lately, is you need to be out in the world now, because it's all about saying people have learned, they're learning by their mistakes. We're learning every day about different things, different energies, dimension, all that other stuff. But also, when you've learned a lot of stuff for yourself, hi Rainbow, you need to realise that you need to take that out into the world, because they did say, I have said before, there was a saying of where a monk can sit on a mountain and he can be all zen-like, and it's very easy to be zen-like when you're in a zen-like environment on top of a mountain, maybe with other monks that are all chilling. The master becomes a master when that monk master comes down to where everybody else is, the mundane people, and can be zen-like among all the shit that's going on. That's true mastery. So if you can go out there in the world and do the sort of things we sort of do, as long as it's in alignment with certain things, a job or whatever it is, and you can not be triggered by people, be the monk in the chaos, exactly, be the eye in the storm, and you can, because you will have been learning this. I've been learning this over the past so many years, that when I was younger, lots of things at work years back would have triggered me with certain people I worked with, certain opinions, the boss, whatever. Now I'm just like, I'm not going to let any of that affect me. I'm going to go happy. I'm going to, not put my opinions on everything. Just let people, do the thing, but not let it affect you, because when anything does affect you, that's how, it becomes something more than it really is. So to be in the world, to be the light in the world, and just shine that out, and don't let those things get you, because really they don't affect us unless you let them. Dreading going to the grocery, I've seen sheep with drivers. Yeah, but Chris, why let it affect you? I've been around these people when I've never worn one, and I don't let it affect me. I just think that's them and I'm me, and I'm doing what I need to do and they're doing what they need to do. And that's what a lot of people have got to realise as well. They're on their path doing what they think's right for them. People may have got in confrontations with people like that because they're staring at them and trying to give them a funny look. I just carry on with my day normal, as if you don't see any of that, because I'm not tuning into it. That's them and that's what they're doing, and I'm doing me. What I'm excited about is starting this new life, is getting out there and meeting new people. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, there's loads of stuff going on, sleep and worry, and everything's good really that's going on. It's just a breakdown of things that need to be seen. So if anyone gets what I'm saying, hi, Revel. So what else did I put? Yeah, like I said, the weekend away that I had, that was so beautiful and so energizing, made me think upon them things. And then when me and my boyfriend had a chat about work life and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden I just got this job like that, I was like, and it is for a crafty thing as well, which I was laughing about. So it's like, it's how you are in the world, and I think it's a bit like an initiation and training. We're learning, we're training ourselves to be a better person, but can you do that out in the world? It's all right being in your own house, me talking on here, or being in your own house, and maybe a couple of people that do come around are like-minded, but can you be like that when you're out in the world and being in certain environments? I mean, I actually went there today to check the place out, and actually went and knocked on and met the people that work there, and they seem nice, but I feel ready to be out there in the world and among all sorts of different people, wherever they're at on the path. Because when I went away at weekend, there was a lot of people at this lovely sort of, it was a hostel we went to, but we booked it out. There was a lot of people there from all different walks of life, all different opinions on different stuff, not really on the same wavelength that I'm on with certain stuff somewhere. I did Reiki there, by the way. There was a woman there who we had a bond with. It was really great. And I did Reiki on, and she loved it, and she even got upset, and she said she never gets upset, but it was unblocking energies, and we had a right good time. It was really, really funny. There's some other things I'll probably tell you about at another point. But where we're not all different. Yeah, I've got a job. We're not, thank you. We're not all different. We all still have certain ways of thinking and trying to get round things, but we all know we're really one, and that's what I saw when I was there. We all loved connecting to the earth, but we all loved each other's stories of where we're all at. And at one point I was sat watching people and listening to people and just loving how they were all getting on, even though they all have different opinions and different things going on in their lives. It was just beautiful to watch. If you're kind with people and you have a listening ear as well, it's just great to hear other people's stories, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a job yesterday, basically applied for it and got it yesterday, and I start tomorrow, and I just think it's mad. Some people might be afraid to go back out there, but I'm not afraid. I'm quite excited. It's going to be a massive change because it's early in the morning and I've got to get in a routine, because I've not been in a proper, that sort of work routine for a long, long time, since certain situations with my little one. So it's all going to be ruffled up, it's all going to be uprooted, it's going to be different, it's going to be tiring for a little bit till I get into it. A lot of change, maybe talks of my boyfriend moving in with me at some point. That's all going to throw everything up in the air, but as we know with what's going on in the world, there's a lot of change coming. We can't stay stagnant. Yeah, we have to mold and morph and get used to things until it becomes as if it was always there. So yeah, wow, that's amazing. Come on, actually, yeah, it is bonkers. It is a bit of a trek, but I think it'll be worth it. I've got a good feeling, and it's just nice to get back out there again. Like I said, back out there, back out among the people. You know, no matter what their opinions are, among the people. Because, like I said, you have to be the light in the world to spread it out as you're going around. And even if it's in a workplace that I'm at, I could be helping people there without knowing, with just being the way I am, helping them. And that's the way I believe a lot of it is. You don't have to be on a platform talking about stuff. It's just that when you are, thank you Jesus Christ, out there in whatever job you're in, change your mindset about it, and try and remember to be that light around the people. Because at the minute in the world, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of confusion, and people need that uplifting. So if you can do that while you're working as well, it's going to help a lot of people. If you get what I'm saying. So like I said, we are in a world where we are still working, and we do need to still do different things. If you're setting your own business up and you have your own business, that's brilliant. Like I said, there's still things I want to set up on the side and just keep it moving for future reference, but you do that in the now. And I think Mark Atwood had a video about that, you know, about everything you do has got to be in the now. So even if I've got to work, I can still have that and still do it in the evenings or at weekends. I can still push it, because I don't really watch TV. I'll be concentrating on that as well. But I wasn't daft enough to not think at the minute that I still needed to do other things. Why that's just, you know, sort of just bubbling away there with ideas that I have. I couldn't have just gone, oh yeah, that's that, and I've got to sort all this out. So I know that I've got to be realistic about it, but you know, that's how a lot of people do it. They have a job and they have something they're working on in the meantime. You know, so it's all good. Yes, thank you, Rainbow Wizard. I think I've got another one, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So, like I said, I think there's a difference with actually living in the world. Some people are in the world, but they're not living. You know, they're scared of everything. They're scared of going out there. They're scared of having a job, or they're scared of doing this, or they're scared of doing that. And it's like, no, you've got to get back out in the world, you know, and do them things that we need to do at the minute. Because as I said at the beginning, at the minute, we do need money. We are still, you know, gold and silver's back. We are still working off that. So at the minute, that is what we need. People go on about, you know, the new earth's going to be this way, and we're not going to be using money. I believe that will be somewhere in the now at some time. But at the minute, we are still using money, and no one can say we're not. We are. No one can say, you know, you're not paying your bills by seashells, let's just say. So you've got to be realistic about stuff at the same time. Hi, Karen. I know, well, that's because I lost track of my Insta account because I was locked out, I think, and I had to make some new ones, so changed again. Actually, my other one's called, I think it is, let me get it right, Rooted in Magic Botanica, and the magic is with a K because I'm thinking of getting some lovely things together for ladies. They're not all there yet. I'm trying to get it together again, so that's not being launched yet, you could say, but there is a new one. I don't know if you can see that, but there's one of my new ones that I'm trying out first, and it is some ladies facial oils. So there will be some stuff coming, but I don't know when that will be yet. I'm not rushing it. Like I said, I've got this that I'm going to be starting, and I'm going to be doing them little bits on the side, and Rainbow Wizard has just put it in Instagram, so you can follow me on there. It's not got a lot on there at the minute because, like I said, I had to make a new Instagram account because I think I've been locked out or something. I don't know what went on, but I couldn't get in the other one. It's still there, the other one, but I can't get into it. So I just wanted to explain that I might not be on as much as I was because now I've got this new thing going on. You know, it might be once a week, I don't know, or when I can get on. I'm still going to be doing my art and bits and bobs, because I'm still going to be pushing that no matter what, trying to bring something in else. And yeah, it's just exciting because it is scary at the same time, because I've not done this for such a long time, but I am excited to be getting back into a work routine, as mad as that sounds. And I've had enough of being the hermit, and it's just time to get out there. And because I've got a bit of a trek, I've got a bit of a walk to do as well. That's going to be exercise put into the routine, because I was thinking, how am I going to get this new exercise routine in with the hours that I'm doing? And now I'm thinking, well, there is a bit of walking involved, quite a bit of walking. So that's going to be my exercise fitted into it already, which I'm glad, because it's going to tire me out, because I've had enough of sitting and, you know, just been the hermit stage, if anyone knows what I'm saying. I mean, it's been mad. And I think sometimes when you're in that stage, you do become a little bit lazy with things. And I know more when I have to be somewhere and working, you're in a bit more of a organised stage, because you want things ready for the morning and stuff like that. So for me personally, I feel it's going to be better for my health and stuff and mindset while all this stuff's going on in the world, and to push forward with the sort of things that me and my boyfriend want to bring in, that we want to bring into our lives in the very near future. Working on that, you need money. The things that we're trying to do for the future, travelling and different things that we want to do and purchase for certain things, that's what we've got to do. But I'm not letting any of the art go or anything. I'm still going to be part of it. I'm still going to be talking on here about things, and still pushing my little things that I'm making. Also, the chats may be about how I've got on in the world now around people, and am I seeing the change in people from before all this happened, of what I'm hearing now, if you get what I'm saying, and how people are reacting to certain stuff. Fair play to Little Daydream, a change is as good as a rest, they say. Yeah, I know what you mean. I am the hermit. I need to venture out now. I just feel with a lot of us that have learn a lot of stuff about ourselves, because basically it's about your experiences, using those experiences. There is a video I wanted to play, but I'm gonna have to play it another time, of a guy that was on Instagram, and I've said this before, and I said it to Lois today, and I've said it to Rainbow Wizard and a few other people. When we, through our experiences, we've all talked about this, you've got to take that experience. It's about going out in the world, living your life, and just being a good person, being a kind person, being a good person. So hi memory bubble. And also, yeah, so in that way, it's a little bit scary, but in a nervous, excited sense of, I know it'll be good for me in the end. So, and I like being around people, and I like talking to people. So it's, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what people think about what's gone on in the past, I don't know, nearly 2 years. And if they say anything, because I'm not going to be bringing it up, I'm not really going to be saying much about anything. I just want to be happy where I'm at, and just shining that sort of joy out, and if you get what I'm saying, because that's how we change the world. We change, as we know, when people say go within and you've got to be the light you want to see in the world. Well, when you start going out in the world, or if you are already out in the world, be that person, because that's how the world changes. When everyone starts acting kind to people and stop doing things out of, greed and jealousy and things like that, and they're actually helping people and supporting people and showing love to each other, and taking responsibility, because this is what the main thing is about us all taking responsibility for our own lives. I've got to take responsibility for my life. That's why this is a good thing. My boyfriend's been pushing me there a little bit, and I can safely say, I don't know if my boyfriend watches me, but hi, one of the biggest teachers in the past nearly 2 years or whatever it is we've been in lockdown has been my boyfriend. Even though sometimes he goes about it the wrong way of saying it sometimes, and it can piss me off a little bit, I still understand what he's saying and where he's coming from, because it's always coming from here. But he is the one, I would say at the minute, who has definitely been one of my best teachers, because of everything I go on about, even if he's not on the same wavelength, he's in the wavelength of, you know, be kind to people, you know, you learn from your mistakes. It's all about learning, which it all is basically. All this is to help us see, to learn, to question everything, because that's what it's all about. You should be questioning everything. People don't question enough. Putting what you need in your experience and putting that out in the world to help you become a better person every day than you were yesterday or the day before, the year before, or when you were younger, because that's how we learn anyway. Dolly, is the Great Awakening is upon us. We are entering the age of Aquarius. Yes, we are. We know about the age of Aquarius. That's a very spiritual age, and it is rippling in very, very fast. And that's why a lot of things are changing, and that's why a lot of people are waking up, because, you know, it doesn't really matter what people say, because this is happening, whatever. So the best way to be why this is happening, and it seems like the shit's going on in the world, but that's why it's going on, because it is the Great Awakening, is to go out and live it and enjoy it while it's all going on. Don't be all in the doom and gloom. Just try and do your best out there and live your life. Enjoy. This dimension was for us to learn how to deal with the next. Yes, I believe that as well. So, you know, I do believe it's time for us now. I always say, and I've said to people before, what I've learned now, there's not much more. Like, it's like things will come on and you're like, yeah, I get it. So what are you going to do with the experience you've had up to now and what you're learning, or whatever stage you're at? How are you going to use that in the world? Because like I said, we are in the world, we're just not of the world. We are in the world, so you do need to function in both. And what I will say before I go, because I'm not staying on long, is since I woke up to certain stuff in 2017 and the madness and everything, I did retreat a bit. You do become a hermit. So I have been in the other world and I got more into the spiritual side, but we also know you have to be in the world. You have to be in the physical and the spiritual. It's about merging them both together. So, you know, you're sort of in the centre of them both and you can dip in and out, not two in the physical where you're not bringing this side in, the left and the right brain, the yin and yang, or you two. There's some people who are two in the spiritual and they hang there all the time. That's not good for you either. If you've seen the film Soul, you'll see why. You've got to be functioning in both realms. So, because then it works. And that's why I believe, because I am a little bit more there and my boyfriend's a bit more in the physical, he grounds me and I bring him to that. So it's like it's working. And that's how I believe it is to be. We've been told to sit tight. Arizona results for Eddie Humphrey, his work. Yeah, I believe there's I've not been watching a lot, but that side of everything, yes, we know he's coming back. That's why I say enjoy what's going on. Get out there, get talking to people, be kind to people. It doesn't matter if everyone's not into the same thing as you. This shit's going down no matter what. This, what do you want to call it, ascension, new earth, way of being, the awakening is happening. It's happening anyway. You know, so what can you do? You can get out there and just try to be the best person you can be. I just got a job working with horses after not working for many years. I absolutely love it. It's nice to be with people again after being a hermit. Thank you, Cosmic Heartbeat. I just got a job yesterday and I start tomorrow, and I'm actually happy about getting back out there. I'm nervous in a sense, but I know I'll be okay. But I'm quite happy about getting out because, like you just said there, and I've just said, I'm fed up with being a hermit now. I'm ready. I've learned what I need to learn. There's still more learning, but I need to be around people. And I think that was a lot with lockdown, because we all had to get locked down. You know, we all sort of pulled back and people had to think about stuff and people weren't around people. I was, but some people weren't. But it's like, I'm just glad I'm getting out. I get what you're saying. I'm going through similar. New morning job till 3 p.m. We'll leave time for later evening creativity. Day job is people, stuff, but not super artistic creative. Good talk today. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be, I've had a lot of time to mess with my art and stuff because of the situation that I was in, but because that's changing, it just means you have to fit things in at different times. So because I'm not going to have as much time as I did before because I'll be working, But at night, I don't really watch telly. So I've always, you know, sat and doodled in the evenings. I've not done it for a bit, so I've been doing it again today. And putting my ideas together. Hi, Robert, with other things, which I'm still going to be doing because I'm still going to be pushing that as well. It just means I need to get used to this routine, and then another routine will come in. Like, I've got my exercise down because there's a lot of walking involved in this job, and the job is on your feet constantly, so I'm going to be walking about. So, but I'm quite happy about that because I did put a few pounds on, and I'm quite happy it's a job that's not sitting. I don't want a job sitting, so I'm quite chuffed about that. I'm going to be moving about. I'll probably tell you about another time. Yep, where we go on, we go on. So I'm quite happy about that. It just means I've got to get used to a new routine and then try and put things in my new routine. And I've got weekends. I'm not working at weekends, so I've got weekends to do my art. So my art isn't going to go anywhere. It just needs to be slotted in at the right times. It's most likely going to be tiring at first, but I'm pretty glad about that as well, because I know I'm going to be tired when I come home because it's going to be different. But I know that's going to put me in a really deep sleep because I'm moving more and I'm out and I'm in a routine. And also, you know, my boyfriend said if he ever does move in at some point, then we pull together and we work as a team, because that's what you're meant to do, isn't it? You help each other. So I'm quite excited, and I'll have to report back, you know, in a few days. So it's quite funny. Yeah, we have already won. Yes, we have. It's just everything playing out. It's quite funny to start tomorrow, so it's a nice short week. But yeah, it's just quite funny. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing yet, of what I'm actually doing aligns with, you could say, art in a sense. Still 17 in the chat. So like I said, a lot changed for me at weekend being out in nature. I was having a lot of thoughts about things, a lot of, I don't know, when I was just tuning into nature, it was so beautiful. I'll have to talk about that another time. And seeing things in a different light with people that were there. And then when this happened, when we had a discussion about, you know, trying to find jobs because it's been so difficult and this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden this job pops up and it's there and it's like, yeah, you start, and it was like, what? I wasn't expecting it that soon. So, like Coyote's just said, it's just going to be a nice feeling to get out. It's even going to be yeah, it's an early start. It's even going to be a nice feeling to be travelling to work and to get out of the house. I mean, God, for people who feel like they've been locked in the house since lockdown, I've been a bit of a hermit for about nearly 6 years since what happened with my son. So that's quite a long time, you know. I need to be around other people. You know, I am around other people, like my boyfriend and things, but like lockdown, it made it harder for people. And then, you know, I talk to people on YouTube, that's not the same that was being around people. So I think it's going to be exciting just to meet new characters where I am. And I don't know, I'm just quite, probably sounds weird to some people, quite excited that I'm going back out there again. But it's under my terms, as in, as I said at the beginning, I'm not playing the game they want me to play. I'm playing the game. I'm playing it the way I want to live it, as in the way I let or don't let people affect me. I'm not going to let people affect me like I did when I was younger. So I'm not going to be taking things on board. Doesn't seem that sort of place there, but you know what I mean? Sometimes when you get younger characters who like more drama and stuff, and when I was younger, I used to get involved in stuff years ago when I first started work, and probably didn't focus on things at the time as much as I should have done, which I would now because I'm older and you learn. So it's going to be a different kettle of fish. Hi, Mike. It's going to be a different kettle of fish and a different way of thinking about things, and not taking things home with me. You know, like when you're younger, sometimes if you've not learned that, you would take things home with you, and people, you know, talk about all the things at work. It's not going to be the same because I'm not going to be letting people's energy affect me. You'll be good, Dolly Daydream. Imagine all the new people you recruit into the light. That's what my boyfriend was saying. He went, imagine you that, or you could be doing Reiki on people, and you could have, he said, there's all that going on, that you're only going to get them opportunities if you go out in the world. If you're locking yourself away, I would say that to people, you're locking yourself away and there's things that you've wanted to do, It's like certain things that I want to do with certain things that I'm doing. No one's going to see that when you're locked away. That's why you have to advertise yourself and you have to speak out when you're in places. So I don't know through the people that I'm going to be working with the opportunities that could come my way with so many different things. You're not going to know that if you're locked in your house constantly and you never go out to meet new people, because not that I'm like that, but some people are worried or afraid or in fear, especially with what's going on in the world. They think everything's bad when it's not. So you're never going to get that if you don't actually get out there. And that was the message I was getting weeks ago now. You know, it's not that time for like where we all went within, even though a lot of people are still going within. My time now is, some people are going within, they need to go within. My time is now to be bringing that without and going out and spreading that, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm just going to do a quick card pull. So I've not done some for a bit. And then I've got to get an early night for an early start. Which is going to be strange. So like I said, yeah, collective conscious, spiritual, multidimensional war. Yes, it is. It is a spiritual war. Hang on a minute. Give these cards a good shuffle. Yes, it is. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, they want you staying in. They want you not connected. They want you being, you know, not a part of everything. 7 of Pentacles, my number. What you sow now will grow for the future. What you put out now, you will see the fruition of that happen. But it's what you sow now. That's why I'm always saying what you focus on, what you say, what you do for people. You will see grow. So even if I have to go out to work with other things that I'm trying to work on, if I work hard on both things, you know, it's going to be good, because it's going to be able to give me things that I can get things towards other stuff that I want to do in my life. So, you know, and if something comes of that in the end, I might not need to do this that I'm about to do. So, you know, you've got to work on things, but like I said, you've got to get out in the world as well. To see if there's another one. Yeah. My number 7. 7 heaven. There might be some people who are feeling the same, who've just got jobs recently. Don't think of it as, oh, you know, it's just nice to get out. Meet new people. Some people could be feeling in this energy, the 3 of Swords, of, you know, letting people, this is what I've just been saying before, letting people pull your heartstrings, letting people get you getting involved with what people are thinking or saying. That's no more. You know, you don't take that sort of energy home with you, because it's just upsetting and it's tiring. It does break your heart, you know, thinking you don't need to take other people's shit on. You just leave that where it is. Oh, and here we go. Number 13. Death and a rebirth. Well, and it's got a little infinity sign there, as I said before, being in the middle. 13 is a feminine divine number. Death and a rebirth. Well, that's what's going on in the world, but I feel like that's what's going on with me now, with a death of the old ways, a death of old routines. You know, I've got myself in a rut with certain routines that I've been in for a few years just because of the way things have been, and now I feel this is going to change now, and it's going to be hard at first because I'm not used to it, but I'll get used to it. This is all about changing up routines and patterns and behaviours. You know, like I said, if my boyfriend does move in with me in the end, then things are going to change again, and that's all got to be sorted out, and that's going to be learning to be with each other that way as well. And then we've got the 8 of Wands, which I'd say passions. It's all up in the air, you know, all this energy coming in, working together, bringing in that gorgeous light, passion. I feel that's like people's passions. They want to be getting out, doing stuff, or bringing a new lease of life maybe in an old job that you're in, and just going in with a new passion about life and loving people, and a new energy of, instead of being negative, being positive. And maybe if you do that, watch the environment change around you in your workplace. If you're always the one that's grumpy, and someone was saying that today on a video that I was going to show today, someone saying, you know, this guy goes to the gym every day, everybody sees each other there, but nobody really says hi. He's going to be the first one that's going to start saying hello in the morning to people. That's how you get to know people. If you're the one that goes into work and's like, why don't you just go in and smile and say morning and see what happens, even if no one says anything back. But it's you that makes that slight change that can change other people, and helping other people feel welcomed and at ease and a little bit more happy, instead of thinking, you know, I go to work and everyone's dead grumpy. Might not because everyone's dead grumpy, they might just be thinking the same thing that nobody ever lets on, so they're not saying hi. You be the first one that does it, and watch the environment change. Yeah, dark to light. Yeah, so I'm going to go because I am getting tired. I've got to get to bed early-ish, and that's another good thing. It's going to get me in bed early, which I'm quite grateful for, because my sleep patterns have been well out of whack, and it just was making me a bit lethargic in the mornings. And you know, I think this is going to give me a bit of a boost. So be the change you want to see in the world. That's what it's all about. Like I said, it's not about being negative. People who are negative and, you know, they see other people getting on and they don't like it, and there's jealousy and there's hate and there's all that sort of stuff that goes on in the world, that it's not any good. Hi Sue. You've got to be the change you want to be in the world. There's a lot of people who talk in spiritual senses of stuff, but when you're actually, you know, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. You know, I always say it's what you focus on. So if there's anyone out there who's about to do what I'm about to do, good luck. If you're not, just try and change it up when you do go to work. But remember, at some point we have to live and we have to get out there in the world, but we just have to think about it a different way. There is a lot going on in the world. It's crazy at the minute, but still we need to be living our lives the best we can, even while all that's going on, and still pumping out, you know, the positivity. It doesn't mean that things are not going on, and, you know, it's not all love and light all the time, but still we soldier on and we do our best. Good luck for tomorrow, and all the wise words, help, care and love you've given us all over the years. Source will ensure you'll have a blast in this new venture. Thank you, Rainbow Wizard. And I'm still going to be here, but it's not going to be as much as I was, because obviously I won't have the time to just pop on in the morning or whatever, unless I'm walking to work or something and I feel like jumping on. But I will still be here. Thank you. When I get time, you know, if that's at weekends, when I get free time, I will still be here as we all go through what's going on. And there's 18 and 18, what at 9 and 9. Hi Lois, I will still be here as long as I am here, going through the stuff we're going through and talking about a few things, and maybe talking about the change that I'm seeing out there in the world with this new stuff that's going on, and letting you know how I'm getting on with that, and, you know, what I'm feeling and stuff, and yeah, the crazy changes that are going to happen now. But like I said, it's not going to be like I was on before, when I can just jump on nilly-willy. It's not going to be like that, but I'm still going to be here. Yeah, the family's good, it looks like. So I'm going to go, because I want to go and finish my little drawing off, a way of chilling out, before I start my day tomorrow. Make sure that I've got my sandwich box made up. Got to do all that again, making my butty box. Brought myself a new butty box today. I brought myself a massive coat. Let me show you this coat. This isn't for now, this is for winter. I had to go and buy myself a new uniform. Couldn't believe it. Shoes, because I'm on my feet all day. Hi Renee. A big coat for winter. I don't think I'll be wearing it yet because it's not that cold, but it's basically like a sleeping bag. And it goes down to my ankles, but, you know, in the UK when it gets cold, I need it walking a lot, and it's got a massive hood on it. Roll it back. It's got a massive hood on it. I love big hoods because you don't have to hold an umbrella, and it's got to fit over my hair so my hair doesn't get wet. Hi James from Torquay. So yes, I'll just be like but you could, you know what I mean. So it's like a sleeping bag, but oh, it's a massive hood. It's massive. Yeah, it's like a sleeping bag. I've always wanted one of these long ones, so I'll be nice and toasty when it gets really cold, and I'll have a big hood so my hair won't get wet and I won't get wet. So Yes, but I don't think I'll be wearing that yet because it was quite warm today. So for all the people who've just come in, I'm just about to go, but I was just talking about what's changing. But I do believe as I'm going through this change, also there's lots of changes out there that we can see happening, and I do believe there's a bit of Red October coming in soon. And yes, but while all that's going on, I'm still going to live my life. I'm not sitting about waiting for something to happen, as a lot of people have been saying. I'm actually needing to get out in the world why it's happening. Because, you know, we don't put dates on things, but I know there'll be a lot of people thinking, you know, I'm going to sit here and wait till this happens. It's like, no, get on with your life why it's happening. It's going to be a lot easier. Because that's where some people get lost sometimes. And get out in the world and do your thing while you're out in the world. So, yeah. But it's nice to see you all in, everybody that's come in. And I hope you sort of get what I was saying. I hope it made sense. Yeah, crazy times, because whole routine up in the air now. You know, not really dropping little one off at school anymore. That's sad, but I've done it for quite a few years, which has been lovely. I'm glad that I got to do that. So that's a bit sad. That's a bit like, I feel like crying. That's a bit sad. But things have to change, and things will change for the better, because it's going to bring more things in, opportunities for my family, and the people that I want around me in my life. Oh, thank you. So a new job, a job. Oh, so it's all freaky. Yeah. Not being bad, being super busy. Homeschooling. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing that as well. So thank you. Like I said, I'm still going to be here, but it's not going to be as much as when I could just pop on when I felt like saying something. It might be scheduled in a little bit more, but I'm still going to be talking about stuff. There might be other stuff because I'm getting out there, so I might be hearing stuff or seeing stuff, I don't know. But still goes with the self-care stuff of and this is a good self-care as well, because like I said, it's getting me out. It's getting me out of this house. Like, I feel like I've been trapped in I feel like I've been in a void, I don't know, for a while. So, but I am going to do a bigger chat on this about the whole hermit stage, which I think I've talked about before, and how that can get you stuck in a bit of a loopy sort of weird routine, which I'm glad that I'm going to get out of, even though this is going to seem really weird at first. I know, Ellie Mae, so it's a bit like, but we don't know. I don't know what's going to come along with all this, so, you know, we're not meant to know everything. I believe the universe has stepped in for a reason, so just got to go with it and see what happens. Yeah, so like I said, I'll be a bit nervous tomorrow, but I'm sure it'll be okay. It's not rocket science that I'm going doing, so that's okay. But like I said before, it is about us all taking responsibility for our own lives. There's certain things that need to happen. Like I said, you can't just sit there and go, oh yeah, this is going to happen, so I'm just going to sit waiting why it does, why other shit's falling around around you, because that's that is basically what could happen even in my life. Things would be falling down around me with my family, while I'm sitting waiting for something to happen. Is a bit like, no, I need to take responsibility for stuff. So while all this is going on, you know, it's not my family, and things are not falling around me. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, some people can be too up in the spiritual where they're forgetting about everything else and everyone around them and things that they actually need to get done, because we are still, like I said, again, I'll say it again, in the world, but not of it. We're still in the muggle world. We still have to do mundane things as well as the other. It's just about using them together and making some of the mundane stuff not so mundane, making it magical, using that, vice versa. So, you know, that it doesn't seem like that. It's like when I go on the bus tomorrow, because I don't drive and there's a bit of walking, I'll be thinking about other stuff. I'll be thinking about putting energy out on that bus, or that's just the way my mind works. Or maybe visualizing things as I'm going to work. So I'm sort of meditating as I walk and I'm bringing things in, and maybe doing some affirmations on the way there. Before I know it, I'll probably be there, because I'm not sort of, so you're using that in the mundane world as you're going somewhere. You're using that time productively. Like, you could be writing what you're grateful for on the bus. I could be doing a bit of reading while I'm on the bus. There's loads of things I could be doing that I wouldn't have normally done a few years ago while I'm travelling to work, or coming back and making that aspect a little bit fun so it goes faster, and utilising that time for some spiritual time, but in the mundane world on the bus. But using it and thinking, well, how can I fit this time in there? Because I've got to get up earlier. Well, I'll do it on the way to work. There's loads of different things you can do when you get creative with what you're doing. Hi, Sky, if you get what I'm saying. So, yes, we will see. So anyway, I've got to go because I'm getting all hot and bothered. I've got to sort myself out tomorrow and have an earlier night than I would normally have. And I'll see you all soon. Ooh, blessings from Australia. Yes, and blessings to Australia and everywhere else as well. So, yeah, so if anyone's just come in and you go back to the beginning, I hope you get what I'm saying, but I just wanted to come and spill that out. I'll probably do another chat again about connections to Gaia at the weekend, and a little bit more on coming out of the hermit stage, and a little bit on my awakening again story of all that on that side of things that I look at now and think, yeah, I did get a bit lost in it, and that's okay to say that, but that's all learning anyway. And then you realise, I've been realising for a few weeks, I need to get out there, I need to do this, I need to do that. Have a magical day tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure I will. And for everybody else as well, thanks for coming in. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and you will see me soon, probably at weekend or something maybe. Yes, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. And I've got my head tingling now. I'm going to have a lovely day with lovely people. No, I don't think so. So, and the only one thing I will put out there that probably triggers some people is Mark Atwood did a really good chat today again on carnivore diet, and it was just saying really that I thought it was Liliana. I thought, God, oh, I've been told that before about Liliana when I had a bob and a fringe, so that's not the first time in a club. But yeah, thank you. And then yeah, what was I saying then? And it was a really good chat, only because I believe in the fact that, each to their own of whatever you eat, and I think everybody's individual and you eat what feels right for you. There were a lot of people out there in the spiritual community who've always said, oh, you're not going to ascend, or whatever you want to say, if you're eating meat. Well, I've always thought that was bollocks, and I still do think it's bollocks, because it's to do with your intent and how you are as a person. It's to do with the love that you have in your heart. To me, it's nothing to do with what you eat, even though some people say, yeah, but that's, an energy because you're not eating animals. Well, when you sort of listen to their chat, which was very interesting, I've never believed that anyway. I've never believed something was not going to say you're not ascending, you're such a good person, and you blah blah blah, and you may have helped all these people, but because you eat meat you're not going to ascend. I don't see it as that, because you could put lovely intentions of gratitude on the meat, and the doesn't wash with me. Yeah, plants have feelings too. Everything's living. So when people say, oh, it's this, it's like, what about the plants as well? So two sides to everything. So each to their own, but personally that's what I think. You eat what's good for you, what you feel is good for you. I've done all that and it wasn't good for me, so that's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, to me, and Lois has just put the chat in, the Mark's chat in chat, the video, is a lot of people have said that, and I just think I see that as someone trying to be a higher guru saying you're not going to ascend because you're not doing this, but I am. And it's like, I don't think that, because I think you're judged off this. That's very judgmental, and we're not supposed to be judging. It's what's here. And I believe it's through a frequency of what is there with your intentions of what you do. Like people out there could be hunting an animal to eat, to use its bones, to like they used to do back in the day. And they were talking about ancestral back in the day of what we used to do. To someone who's going hunting for the fun of it and killing an animal just for the fun of it, to have that, say, head on the wall, if you get what I'm saying. So that's like, no, because what you've just killed it for that. if you get what I'm saying. But each to their own. That's not against people who are vegans or vegetarians. I'm just saying, I don't believe people aren't going to ascend if they're not eating a plant-based diet. I think that's an absolute load of rubbish, and it's very judgmental. And that's what they were sort of saying on there. But everybody's got their own, you know, thing. We're all energy having a human experience. Exactly. Exactly. So everything is only energy. So, yes, spiritual beings in a human suit, learning to actually be human. Having a human experience, we're trying to be human. Proving a bit difficult sometimes, hasn't it? So, you know, so I'm going to go now because I'll be back in for England, and I will see you very soon. So thanks everyone for coming in, and have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.